second floor.
Cherry's still coming in. Correctly. Right now, Cherry and Second come together right about here. So you can see this road normally right now does this.
Wait a minute, where's north, where's south?
North is straight up.
Okay.
West.
Oh.
So you're coming Cherry off of First. Right now it intersects Second right in front of the clinic.
There's the green space.
And goes north.
Closed.
Instead of
There's
this
the
coming
trees.
straight down, it has
They
this
never
slight
had it.
angle to it to make this connection.
Nor any of these.
That's Second Street and
Didn't
that's,
put any of those in.
and that's the angle of it.
That's correct.
And on this side of that angle is what? What's all the white stuff there?
Green space. Landscaping through here. The building is this dark line right here. That's the new building expansion. This is the line of the existing building right now.
Of what building are you talking about?
The clinic.
Okay. So.
So when we talk an 18,000 square foot addition, keep in mind that's really 2 stories. So this is really only 9,000 per floor.
It's a long building.
Yeah, it runs parallel right to that existing building. It runs at a slight angle, but it's basically the same length as the existing building.
Of the
Of the clinic. The hospital is down here.
Okay. And the street on Second Street, or, yeah, Second Street, that'll be the same width?
It's the same width until this point. So there could still be street parking up till that point because of the width. And then at this point, it narrows down to be a little narrower street because we're picking up some handicap spots, parking for the clinic along that run.
Okay, and those are the parcels?
Time's up, Ms. Hessler. Thank you.
Okay, and those are parcels that you're talking about, where the green space
Anyone
is
else
going
wish
to
to
be?
speak on this
Yes,
one?
in front of the parking spots. Yes.
Final call. Anyone else wish to speak?
Yeah.
Clerk, well.
One of the things that I don't see that I would like to address is that I live on 7th and 2nd, and very often we've got an 18-wheeler or a truck and trailer parked next to our house because there's no parking on the hospital.
Yeah.
They assume everybody shows up with a car or a truck to pick up. So, you know, again, that's not allowed in this lot plan. You'd be surprised how often that happens. Guys come in for their CDC or whatever they call that, the physicals or blood tests or something. And
We can't
it
hear
wouldn't
them.
it wouldn't hurt if they would be told that they have to allow for that. Now one question I've got is this area up here is going to turn into employee parking. That's what you said. And I'd like to know how they plan to enforce that. And there's just no way they can control traffic that way around that spot. So I guess the other one I'd like to add is I think everybody in our block would be happy to negotiate and sell our properties to the hospital if they just go ahead and do it instead of torturing us with this stuff. So.
That was a good point.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Final call. Anyone else wish to speak? 7:01, we'll close this public hearing.
Oh, wait a minute, I didn't get to speak yet.
I just asked, I had 5 calls. Don't worry, we'll have 5 more public hearings if you want to speak on them.
Okay. I realized I wasn't on the agenda or anything, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had to sign up or anything. My name is Bill Church. I live at 102 14th Street Southwest. Maybe Mr. Kim can put that on his map.
So what are we on here?
Okay, I have been.
Is this related to the hospital project?
I have been in front of you guys.
Is this related to
No,
the hospital?
it's not.
Then this has nothing to do with it. It's not a public hearing. It's not public comment. It's a public hearing. So if you want public comment, you need to come to the city council meetings, and that's where you have public comment.
Okay, I'm sorry, I did not realize that.
This is the planning commission. You need to go to the city council for public comment.
When is the next time I can come here and talk to you guys?
Next Monday.
Monday night,
Next Monday night?
correct, it's a city council meeting.
Okay? I'm sorry, I thought the public meeting was open to comment and stuff, and it is my fault. I apologize for that.
That's
And
okay. Next Monday.
I apologize to you people because, you know, but I'm sorry, okay?
That's okay.
Next Monday night, you'll have to watch the record for the start time of the planning meeting. Because it's not at the council meeting, it's at the planning meeting,
Okay,
next Monday.
that was a 6:30 one, right?
Yep, 6:30
Depends what's on the
usually.
agenda, it could be 6:30, could be 7 o'clock, could be 6, depending on which is on the agenda.
Okay, hey, I'm sorry I messed up.
Sorry.
It's just fine. Have a good night.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
You all have a good evening. Thank you.
So we do these one at a time, or we're gonna do all the public hearings and then?
We can do them one at a time. With this one, what we will request, we will be having a public hearing at the council meeting as well. So we'll table this until we have that public hearing also. The comments tonight will be brought forward to that public hearing, so if you want, you're more than welcome to attend. But these comments will be brought forward to the council next Monday night as well. So tonight we are asking the planning commission to table this until we have a public hearing at the council meeting, and then we'll bring it back to the August meeting for your action.
I would make a motion to do so. I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next public hearing, request related to the construction of approximately 18,000 square foot two-story addition to an existing hospital. Approvals needed included a conditional use permit for the expansion of a hospital in a residential zoning district. The variance of such addition to be within 50 feet of the property line, and approvals related to the parking requirements. Applicants BDH.
So the conditional use permit is required because the ordinance requires hospitals, or list hospitals as conditional use. So since this is an expansion, it's a conditional use to that residential. So that's the reason for the conditional use permit as they described. It's a two-story expansion of 9,000 square feet for each floor up to the west side of the residential board. The variance for the setback would be, we don't know the exact distance, I guess, until we get an exact location of what's being vacated or not, but it looks like it would clearly be within 50 feet of that property line. And that's another element in the ordinance, is that hospitals are conditional uses provided they're 50 feet away from property lines, and this will be closer, so that's a variance for that. That would be requested here.
Applicant, want to speak on this portion of it?
The only comment I have is, where are you concerned about the 50-foot setback? Here?
Somewhere in here is going to be a property line on that right of way. Well, okay, so if this is where it gets tied in with the other ones. If this is vacated,
Right.
then there may be a 50-foot setback there. You have to verify that. If they're going to be 50 feet away, then there's no need for that as a variance.
So if this becomes vacated, we've got about 80 feet between there and the building.
So
It's all dependent on the vacation.
we can't assume that it was going to be vacated, so we have
Yeah,
to
I
clarify.
just needed to clarify.
Right now, there's a property line here. Even if it is, like I said, if it is vacated, for more than 50 feet away, then that's not an issue.
So the encroachment would be on their own property line?
Well, that's kind of a separate issue. They have multiple parcels out there.
One of the requirements.
But they own the parcels, or who owns the
They
parcels
own
that
the
would be
parcels,
encroached?
but we would be looking, I think, to have those parcels combined so that we don't have these sort of internal setbacks to their own property lines.
So a property that has the parking would be all in one with the hospital. That's what one of the conditions we would have on it, is that they all combine it into one, assuming there's no right of way separating the two parcels. And that would take care of that condition as well.
Who owns the parcels?
The hospital currently owns those parcels.
Any questions from the commission? Ray?
I'm having a hard time understanding if we would even be able to act on this. Can we act on this if the first is not completed?
No, and so actually tonight I'm going to ask you to table the first 4 of them, excuse me, 3 of them, so that we can hear what occurs at the public hearing with the council, and then in August we will be acting on it at that point. But we can still take public comment, and then we would have basically a month to think about it and then act and give a recommendation to the council at that point.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we do that, is table the.
We need a public comment.
Public comment.
Still gotta have the public hearing?
So, yeah.
Okay. Very well. Then, okay.
Any other questions from the commission? Public input, rules apply, same as the last.
What are we input about? What are we talking about exactly?
Greg, you want to explain one more time?
This was for the.
This is for the expansion, so the expansion of the hospital itself requires a conditional use permit because it's in a residential zoning district. So that's the reason for the conditional use permit. The variance for the setback to property lines, if the roads are vacated, would not be needed anymore. There would be no need for a variance. So mostly it's about the fact that they're adding on to the hospital expansion.
So there's essentially 3 public hearings, 3 questions that they're asking of the planning commission tonight. One is, which was the last one that we just had, was the vacation of Cherry and Second. This one is in regards to the expansion of the hospital, where there was primary care, the nutritional care, the walk-in service, pharmacy space, and behavioral health. So those additions will be in the new part of the building. The third one would be the rezoning of the particular property, which is going to be the next public hearing that we have, where we saw the 2 different shades of green up on the screen. Going from an R2 to an R3, that will be the next public hearing. This one only deals with the expansion of the hospital with that 18,000 square feet is what is being requested.
Public comment? Anyone wish to speak?
I want to talk about broken promises. The hospital
Robert, can
in
you
the
name and
west.
address, please?
Yes, Robin Hensel, 807 First Street Southeast. After the expansion started in 2006, the hospital never maintained properly, even to the point where it was tipping over and broken down at several times. That is between Cammie's house and the parking lot that's in my back alleyway right now. The bushes that were planted that were supposed to be in lieu of a 6-foot high fence still to this day are this high because the hospital kept trimming them. That was a violation of their conditional use permit. And this city has allowed it to go on for 10 years, even though I have complained numerous times in writing. I can prove everything I'm saying. The hospital told us that they were going to replace and put that tree, the pine tree, the big one that's now, it's been growing for 10 years. That was to replace the great big 50 to 75 foot Colorado blue spruce that had to get taken down because of the hospital taking over the Gilder house, okay? That's another broken promise. The glare, the minute this hospital expansion was put up, the glare was immediate in my backyard. I no longer could enjoy the darkness at night in the backyard. Cammie's not going to have any privacy or escape from the glare in any part of her yard. Neither am I. It's the extra glare from the 2 great big glass panels that are going to face Paul Wickman's house and hers. And another panel is going to come straight at my house, will prevent all of us from enjoying our property as we know it today. It's just wrong that the hospital is going to get by with this. This is a drawing showing the green space that the hospital promised me. Okay, there's 10 trees right there. No, more than that. 11 trees. None of those were planted. And another one in front of her place weren't planted. That's 13 trees that weren't planted according to their last plan. Why isn't the hospital held to the standards of the last promises we were giving during the last expansion? There's a city ordinance that disallows glare. Here's what it says.
Thank you, Robin. Time's up.
Okay, I'll go for my next 2 minutes and I'll read it.
Perfect. Anyone else wish to speak? Go ahead.
Jonathan Wickman, 800 2nd Street Southeast, so up on the corner of 7th and 2nd. I'll reiterate the noise from the plows, that's a definite issue. Overnight, 3 in the morning type of stuff. And yeah, I think it's really disingenuous to try to say that this will reduce traffic. I mean, I understand it's great to put your best foot forward, but don't be inaccurate. Let's see what else can I say. Yeah, I just think if you want a good area around the hospital and a good neighborhood kind of feeling, because as a hospital, you know, you want it to be somehow a healing space, you want it to be somehow like decent property values. So yeah, consider putting in more privacy for the people that live next to the mothership. I guess that's it's definitely a lot of light. It feels like being next to a space station. So just letting you know that. Yeah, I definitely support the idea of more green space, more privacy, and less glare, less traffic. I understand it benefits the entire community, but obviously as a neighborhood person at the moment, I should just kind of support the neighborhood. So, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Cammy Shane, 804 2nd Street Southeast. The lighting that goes in the parking lots, we were not consulted when they put up the last ones, and they put up, like, I don't even know how tall they are, but they're LED lights, and my backyard looks like it is, you know, about noon every day at midnight. So privacy is definitely not there. The plowing is for it. I don't know what they're using, but it's not plow trucks, and it takes about 4 hours for them to plow what they already have, and they usually start between 1:30 and 2 and go until about 7. So that is awful, adding another parking lot there. And again, I'm with Jonathan on that. It is going to benefit the community, but there's got to be a better way to do it. Better way to do it than to infringe on everybody who's living on that block. So my house is already too expensive to cool down in the summer without all the glare. Get back in your chair.
Okay, so the ordinance reads, glare or heat, any use requiring an operation producing an intense heat or light transmission shall be performed with the necessary shielding to prevent such heat or light from being detectable at the lot line of the site on which the use is located. This is a current ordinance that this city has to abide by. Lighting in all instances shall be diffused or directed away from residential districts and public streets. It isn't right now, just the one that's there. The 3-story level with those neon lights ruins the feel of the neighborhood, okay? Off-street parking unloading is restricted between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning. Hospital greatly violated that the last time. No, and there's another issue. I have, not that this panel or this city cares about it because I've made it known publicly, but I have upper respiratory conditions and I'm disabled. You can't see my disabled status because it's all interior, but I am fully disabled. And the hospital, if there was staff parking next to me, would be one thing. But now you're talking about allowing urgent care people coming all hours of the day and night probably to come to a clinic. My bedroom is right up above where this planned parking lot is. I have no escape. When the helicopter toxins come in my direction, I have no escape. The hospital fumes from the helicopter landing pad. I'm 182 feet from the helicopter landing pad. Taking out that house is going to increase my upper respiratory problems, which probably are in relation to the toxic fumes I've taken in for the 20-some years I've owned my home. Here's the other nuisance ordinances. No noise, odor, vibration, smoke, air pollution, liquid or solid waste, heat, glare, dust, or other such adverse influences shall be permitted in any district that will in any way have an objectionable effect on any adjacent property or nearby property or violate any statute. You let her talk way more than 2 minutes.
No,
now you want to cut me off before
everybody's on 2
finish
minutes.
a sentence?
Sentence is different than paragraph.
You ought to be fired from this committee for your disrespectful treatment, especially Ms. Fessler.
Thank you.
Whatever, I would just like to get in on this first. No, Kate Fessler, 718 Second Street Southeast. I guess I would like to ask this panel to consider some of the conditions they would like the hospital to respond to. I was wondering if the architect here could shed some light on maybe what could be done and report it back in the near future on it. That's all.
Anyone else wish to speak? Third and final call. Anyone else wish to speak? 718, close public hearing. Wish of the commission?
Move to table.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Jim, did you second?
Yes.
I wanted to do it before.
Request related to rezoning of property from R2 1 and 2 family to R3 multiple family residential district. Applicant BDH.
So the request on this public hearing is to rezone the parcel, portion of the building that is currently right there where the cursor is. I'm not sure if you can see that. Scroll move that a little bit. So basically, all of the building is within the R3 district, so that all of the building is under one zoning district, one set of rules. Parking is going to be in another portion of it, assuming that it's all combined into one parcel. But we'd like to see the building under the one zoning district. So that is a request this evening.
Applicant have anything? Questions?
Just to be clear, all the property we're talking about is already owned by the hospital.
That is correct, yes.
And the parking lots are currently B2?
R2.
R2, I'm sorry.
Most of them are R2. There's one on the north side of the current clinic, that is R3 right there. But the ones to the west are currently R2.
Thank you.
Other questions? Public comment?
This is just for what's already existing, correct? Not for the,
Name and address at the podium.
You want it?
you go right ahead.
Robin Hensel, 807 First Street Southeast. I forgot to mention that the public right-of-way shouldn't be given away to a corporate entity. For the public right-of-way to be given to the hospital, the neighborhood needs to know what the real reason is for that. And why is the city going to give away public right-of-way that the public owns? That's troublesome. I forgot to mention something that Paul was concerned about during the last expansion, and that was the big noisy units that sit on top of the hospital to cool it and heat it. Now we're going to be adding some more noisy units. Already, when I have all my windows and doors open and I can't tolerate the air conditioning, so the majority of the year, my house is wide open. At night, I can't sleep peaceably because of those motors. I've gotten accustomed to it, but it's noisy. If you stand out in my backyard, you can hear it. It's like a constant whirring of a jet. That's not as loud as a jet, but it's a noisy thing. And seriously, the snow plowing issue is off the charts. If I get awakened in the night with my sleep apnea, I can't get back to sleep. And my health matters. This is a hospital with a mission statement they're supposed to live under. And they've broken it in every way. They were not before, and they have not ever been friendly to the neighborhood. Cammie was just telling you guys about the fence that's next to them. It's not only that, the condition of the house next to me, if other homes were that dilapidated and deteriorated, they haven't even kept it up, they could get cited. And in fact, they have been in this city. I've been at panel, at these kind of meetings and other city council meetings where homes that were in a dilapidated state, not cleaning up the weeds and so on, that happens on a regular basis between my house and the old Gilder house,
Guess what, Robin?
we'd get a fine.
Time's up. Thank you. I don't know what that had to do with rezoning, but thanks for your input.
I oppose that rezoning.
My question on this one is the rezoning.
Name and address?
Oh, Cammy DeShane, 804 2nd Street Southeast. It's only what's currently there, not what they're proposing to build, correct?
It would include all of the buildings, so the new as well as the old. Again, this is tied to basically
The other
previous
three.
two.
Yeah.
So we'll be requesting that it gets tabled tonight, but the request would be to zone all of it, so all of the building is under one zone district.
And the issue is the road in front that is R2. I've tried to follow that one, but I struggled on that.
Yeah, so if you look up, you can kind of see where the hospital's at currently.
Yep.
To the left, over there, go down, right there. That's currently R2, but if you go to the right, that's an R3.
Okay.
So just to clean things up, we wanted everything, all of the building, both proposed and existing, to be under one zone.
Okay. Come on.
Anyone else wish to speak?
Yes, there's something I forgot. There is no hardship. Usually conditional use permit or variance is given because it's a hardship. In reading that entire document, it states clearly that the hospital has other options. They're just choosing to use this one. If there are other options, what are they? The neighborhood should be told about them. Maybe there's a better alternative. But clearly there's no financial or any other hardship, which generally is why a conditional use or a variance is given.
Any other public comment? Third and final call? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. 7:25. Wish of the commission?
Move the table. Second.
Motion by Jim, second by Rob. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Request related to the vacation of public right-of-way, land to be vacated, described as platted between lots 1 and 7 and lots 3, or 8 and 13, Kukluk Edition, number 1. Applicant, majority of adjoining landowners.
So this, if I may, or Chair, this is
This
over
is
on the
not-
west side,
this is different.
adjacent to or across from the county garage by the council file there. The county has a building on the south, and then there's some private property on the north. The county is looking at doing an expansion in that particular area. And so they spoke with the adjoining property owners to see if they'd be receptive to vacating that particular alley. Currently, the alley is basically a paper alley. It's not constructed, it's not improved. And so out of the parcel owners over there, the only one that has decided actually is the city of Falls, simply because we want to talk to the county commission beforehand. But the request tonight is to vacate that particular paper alley